Guys, the Fate series is not that complicated. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Fate series. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I was talking about the Fate movie coming out last year, or no, this year, the Fate movie, the last Fate Heavensfield movie coming out this year, and I wanted to talk about it because one of my friends was like, I've never really gotten into Fate, and yeah, I just think it's too complicated. So I wanted to talk about how I kind of got into Fate and why I don't think Fate series is that complicated if you really think about it. And it's just, a common thing online. It's just a common cliche that people think that the Fate series is so complicated that you cannot, you just can't get into it. And it's like some complex algorithms kind of stuff. And it's just, calculus and derivatives. And you're trying to get the derivative of the Fate series and which route you should watch. It's not that serious. It's not that. It's just calm down, guys. Take a deep breath. Let's get into the video, alright? I do admit the Fate series seems daunting at first. If you ease into it, it's going to start to make sense. So what I mean by this is that there are lots of different routes to the Fate series. The plot is usually the same most of the time. You have the servants, like Saber, Archer, Sorcerer, Berserker. You have all these classes that are resurrecting these crazy noble phantasmas or legends of the past, and they're trying to get the Holy Grail so they can make any wish that they deem is good for society, is good for the mages, is good for whatever their wishes are, whatever the selfish desires or desires for other people are. They can wish it through the Holy Grail, because the Holy Grail is an omnipotent device. It can grant any wish. So it's usually based around that plot. It's kind of complicated in this way because the original story of Fate came through a visual novel, which is a game that you basically play. It's like a novel that you play in a video game. It's basically that you're just clicking and looking at all the dialogue, and then you certain choices in the story that you make affect the different ending you get. So this is why there's so many routes and fates and animated adaptations. And the studios don't make it any better because they just release things out of order. So it kind of gets messed up and people are like, whoa, it's complex algorithms. I can't get into it. Oh my God, it's so complicated. I don't know what to do. So here's my plan. I think that if you watch basically like this Type Moon Studios, the ones that they adapt are basically the core foundation of the Fate series. So the things that I'm talking about are Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, Fate Stay Night, even though it's pretty trash. I watched the first episode and I was like, oh no, I can't watch this. Also Fate Stay Night Heavensfield. So I think those are like the core foundation of the plot, and if you want to realize that, or if you want to watch those first, you can understand what's going on in the other spin-offs and all the other ones. But the spin-offs I don't think they're really essential to the plot or story of Fate. So those are like kind of like filler seasons or stuff like that. For me personally, I watched Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Work. It was phenomenal. It was a really good adaptation. To hit it on the nail. It was really good. And then I watched Fate Zero, which is it's a classic. It's a classic anime. It's really, really good. I think I already did a looking through nostalgia video on that. So go ahead and look at my channel and watch it because I really loved it, and I break it down from all the things that I liked about Fate Zero. And then I also watched. And then after that, I watched Fate Stay Night Heavensfield, which is a different ending, a different love interest for Shiro. So it's basically after, well, it's not after, it's just Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, but there's a different love interest. So that's basically the core. So I would suggest that the order for people that have no idea what Fate is, I would suggest Fate Zero, because that's kind of happened before everything with Surto. It's basically his father, or basically his guardian. That's the person that came first. I would say that Fate Zero is probably the start of the Fate series, and then you can go on to whichever one you want from there. You can go on to Fate Stay Night, or you can go on to Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, or you can go on to Fate Stay Night Heavensfield. It doesn't really matter after Fate Zero, because I think Fate Zero is like the precursor to all the Fate Stay Nights. So I think that You know, watch Fate Zero, and then you can watch Fate Stay Nights. And then what I have to say about Eliasville, I don't really care. I don't really care about Eliasville. I don't really care that, you know, this main central attraction of the love interest is a lolly. So yeah, that's not really for me. So you guys can go ahead and watch that if you want, but I'm not gonna watch that. So yeah, so I don't really care about the Eliasville route. So because it is one of the main original routes of the series and the visual novel, but you know, lollies are not for me. That you guys can handle that. No bueno. There's spin-offs like Apocrypha, which is, you know, just a bunch of different heroes from, I guess, more of the medieval age kind of, and that's like a spin-off. It has nothing to do with the Fate Stay Night visual novel. It's just a spin-off. They're trying to put more phantasmas and heroes into the story, like Jeanne d'Arc and Siegfried. You know, just more legends to talk about and make it a different type of, you know, that's not really a base, it's a spin-off. So if you guys want to go ahead and watch it, I watched it, it was alright, it wasn't all that. And then we also have Fate Grand Order, which is also a spin-off because it's a adaptation of the mobile game, which is, it rakes in the money. It's making a lot of billions of revenue every like quarter. It's going crazy. They're making a bunch of money. They're rich. So now they're making adaptations for the mobile game because, you know, they put their own little spins on the Fate series. So I would say that the order is Fate Zero, and then you can watch any of the Fate Stay Nights that you want to watch. That's basically the order of Fate. There's really no need to complicate it. If you want to go watch the spin-offs, that's okay. They're really not part of the original routes, so it's okay to do that. You know, Fate isn't that complicated. That's how I watched it. I didn't get confused. I just watched it by myself. I didn't look it up on Reddit or, you know, try to find out where I should watch it. I just did it. I just went in there and did it, you know. I just watched it, and I got really good content out of it. There were really good adaptations, and I just want more from Fate, actually. I don't want to watch the spin-offs though. I'm really not interested in those. I want to watch more of Fate Stay Nights. It's really good. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and watch them. Alright? So if you guys liked the video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Go.